Welcome everybody. It is What's Your Bacon in 7 Questions. We are Bacon is My Podcast. This is the show where we bring on a guest and we run them through the questions of doom. We get into the
gauntlet.
The nooks and
throw
crannies.
The gauntlet down.
Yes, we throw the gauntlet. We get into the nooks and crannies of all muffins. We do everything we can to spelunk into the heart piece and the brain balls of whoever our guest is. Today, I just want to say first, our guest, the music is described in the only way I think rock and roll should ever be described, which is confessional and confrontational hard-edged rock, which I think is just another way of saying rock, the way that it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because if it's not confessional or confrontational, I don't understand.
That is generic.
I don't understand the point.
Right.
But I will say, this is Lilith Czar. How are you? Welcome.
I'm fantastic.
And let me run through Anarchy from the debut album, Created from Filth and Dust. Great name. Shot to #1 on Billboard's mainstream rock recurrent chart when a record label executive suggested she set aside a giant popsicle in a bikini on her album cover. Oh my God. Lilith bet on herself instead, which brings us to the new single and video for Popsicle, which I took as a direct middle finger to an industry and people in general that feel they can dictate your worth and just expect you to mold, change, and shape yourself to some agenda or image, which is absolutely super lame. So taking that, flipping that on its head and being like, nah.
Hard pass.
F you. I do what I want. It's pretty amazing. So check Popsicle out now. Check Popsicle out now on YouTube, all streaming platforms, as well as Created from Filth, because it's great. Welcome to the show, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to run through all that quick. How are you today? What's going on?
I'm great. You threw so much so fast. Fantastic
I do
job.
that.
Yeah.
He does a really great intro thing, and it's here on an iPad. He doesn't remember it all.
No.
We recorded another show before this, but he's got a really good intro thing going on, and he doesn't use ChatGPT either.
I do not. I do that myself.
Oh, that's good. Wow.
I actually listen.
Analog. It's very impressive.
Yeah. It's all manual.
Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm great. I'm doing good. Feel a little off the planet. I made a stupid last night. I don't usually sleep past, I usually fall asleep before midnight. And if I fall asleep 1 minute after midnight, I wake up the next day feeling like I drank an entire bottle of Jack Daniels.
Really?
So yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
wow.
For sure. Yeah, I've gotten to that point in life where if I don't go to bed early, the next day am like, where am I?
Are you a good sleeper? Do you sleep soundly? Do you
No, I sleep terrible. No. I have, and this is no exaggeration. I have 2 sound machines because it's my sound machine and my husband's sound machine. We have our ceiling fan. We have a boxed fan. We have a air purifier fan. And then we have this tall cooling fan, all of which make noise. It's like we're in a windstorm. When
they're all on different frequencies and timings too.
Yeah, I sleep with a mask. I sleep with earplugs, and I have to I have a whole nighttime regimen. And this comes, I blame touring and being a musician.
Sure.
Because you're, when you're having to sleep in vans or RVs or bandwagons, you anybody that can fall asleep naturally on tour, fuck you. Fuck you. I hate you. So I for years resulted obviously drinking helped a lot, which I don't do anymore. But then it was when I cut that out, it was okay, well, ZzzQuil and
right.
sleeping drugs, and that became a bad habit. So I had to cut that out. So now that I'm living this holistic, very healthy lifestyle, it's I have to make a chamomile tea at night with passion flower extract and chamomile extract and sleep calm powder. And I take Gabatrol and melatonin. It's a whole thing. And then I get in my cocoon in my windstorm. Just try to fall asleep.
You would be so angry with me.
Why?
My wife hates it. She hates the fact that I could just lay down at any moment of the day and
Yeah.
just nap.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's my husband.
I hate you. She goes, I hate you.
I don't understand how you can do that either. I don't have that particular skill.
Oh.
Well, you also like I've gone on many trips with him, and it's like you got to fall asleep before he does, because if you don't, he's there's a rumble. There's a that no fan can.
Yeah, there's no fan
block out.
Yeah.
Why do you guys think I sleep with so much noise going on? And I can sometimes hear my husband through the chaos that is our bedroom at night.
Yes.
And like, I don't know if I've like subconsciously trained him to like when he hears my voice, he has like some like, reaction. But all it takes now, yes. So all it takes now is me going, honey, and I don't have to shout it or anything. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Jen will usually do the, and then I go, huh? She's like, you're snoring again. I was like, oh, okay. And then I'll lay down again. She'll go back to sleep, and then I can get back to snoring.
Yeah.
It's gotten better. Losing weight and doing a couple other things helps.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
Well, that
I've definitely looked at a pillow before and been like, I could take 3 steps over to the bed he's on right now, and I could end all this.
I appreciate you not doing it.
And what sucks too is like we're the ones that are like victim to the snore. It's like you're also a victim. You're not like choosing to do that. But the person hearing it is blaming you and making you feel like you're turning it on.
The choices you've made.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there was a time when I was just being fat and just gaining weight, and that
right.
That lends to it. But then I found out that that's not the only thing.
No.
I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna pull back.
There's also that pesky brain that's like, you could stop breathing for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Well, I think all this lends really well to question
number one. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to start this one.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Segue.
Okay.
Good segue, guys.
Question number 1. Lilith, how many pillows are too many?
How many pillows are too? Oh, you can never have enough pillows. Our bed has, our bed has currently, and this is not including the pillows that are en route that I purchased from Etsy over the last couple of days.
Fantastic.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's currently 12 pillows on our bed.
12.
Are they all functional or just
okay? So we're talking so much about beds on this podcast today because I have this is embarrassing, but I'm going to admit it. Okay, so back to the chaos that is our nighttime sleeping ritual. Andy also is an extremely, and he would be the first to admit this, volatile sleeper. Cannot stop moving, cannot stop jerking, cannot stop stealing the covers. He is assisted in my inability to sleep. So because of this, we just moved into a new place. We thought, let's get rid of our old bed and we'll buy a split king. That way at night, we can separate the beds. That way he can do his thing and go nuts all night long. And I can finally
have a little moat in between.
Right. Right. Now, when we bought the bed, I was like, this is such a good idea. I love it. But then I didn't really think about the fact that once the bed is separated, I'm sleeping on a twin bed.
I didn't think about that either.
I'm sleeping on a child's bed. When I sleep like a starfish. Just legs out. And I didn't think about that when we were in the store. So the first night, I'm laying in my baby bed, just miserable, just so fucking mad at life. Legs hanging off the side, just like trying to get comfortable. So the next day I called the bed store, called Mattress Firm, and I was like, I I didn't sleep last night. And they were like, oh my gosh, okay, so what can we do to fix this? So I exchanged my child bed. Andy's happy in his. I think it comes from the fact that he sleeps really great on tour. Like he can be in a bunk and sleep while I don't. I fall out of my bunk. Anyways, he's happy in his little bed. So I exchanged mine for a queen. So now our room.
So you have like it's
our
like a king
room
and
is
a half
a bed.
together.
Our room is a bed. It's just a bed. It's so giant because you've got a queen and then a twin bed, and you put them together. And what do you got? You have an Alaskan king size bed, which is just one bed in a room. So back to why we have so many pillows. It's because our bed has taken over our life. We need to be able to make it look proportionate.
Oh yeah, because when you set it, when you
can't
make
just have
your
like
bed,
2 on there.
No, you cannot just have 2.
Weird.
It looks horrible. Yeah. So
it looks like a hot cocoa with too many marshmallows in it.
Wait, there's
Correct.
too many marshmallows.
That's a perfect
I said 2
analogy.
mini.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I realized that sounded like I said too many. No, that's like
it's like when you get a burger and it has like one little tiny pickle circle on it.
Right. In the center. And you're just like, how do I?
All right.
Right.
That's okay. I understand now. Yeah. Oh man.
That's why we have that many pillows.
That's great.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah. We're weird.
When you said 12, I was like, the internet says a paraplegic needs 5 at the most.
Right.
But
we're trying to fill awkward space.
Yeah.
We're trying to make up for just how weird we are.
At some point, you just got to go with the padded room.
Yeah. Just the floor.
Right? Get the floor, the walls, everything. Just
put down a sheet and call it a day.
Time for bed. You open the door and just run and jump in.
Amazing.
That sounds awesome.
That'd be great.
That does sound kind of great. I think I'm for it.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2.
Okay. Does this have anything to do with pets?
It does not. We are leaving the bedroom.
Okay.
Now we're entering the kitchen. What is the perfect pizza order?
The perfect pizza order. You ever go get a fountain, like a soda? What do you call them? Fountain soda, right?
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Yeah. And you get like every flavor of soda. Yeah, they call that. I think they call that the suicide.
It's the suicide. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of how I order my pizza.
Oh yeah, you're just like
throwing caution to the wind.
Put it all
on. All of it. I want everything. I want vegetables. I want meat. I want some sweet stuff. I want spicy. I want my pizza to be so loaded with toppings that when you go to pull out a slice, it just falls off.
And then you're forking it.
You're fork and knifing your
pizza.
Then
and then you're fork and knifing your pizza. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Are you a thin crust person then, or do you want a thicker crust to try and stand up to some of that?
I do like a very crunchy, like, so when you do thin crust, you do get that like super like crackery crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really like cauliflower crust. Not just because it's the healthier choice. It tastes better.
No, you've already said that you want everything on the pizza. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So
anybody who ever brings this up, because I'm a connoisseur of cauliflower pizza crust. I love it. It's great.
So good.
If you ever get a chance to make it yourself, don't. Just don't. It is the biggest fucking mess you'll ever have in your kitchen ever.
Are you making it from scratch, or are you like going to the grocery store and buying it pre-made?
No, I made it from scratch.
Oh wow, that's impressive.
It wasn't. I promise it wasn't that impressive. It wasn't
impressive or worth it.
It wasn't impressive. It was a complete mess. And
did it taste good?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, no.
It tasted fine. No, it tasted fine. It was good.
It was terrible.
Really selling it.
It was fine.
What do you make that is really good? What can you make that is fucking awesome?
He makes a lot of stuff. Yeah,
I'm the cook here at the house.
At Casa de Mike.
My new thing is just made some pretty good brisket in the Instant Pot. I love a crock pot. I do some mean marinades for my steaks. So like I'll get like a skirt steak or a London broil. Like some people shun London broil.
No,
you make it, it's great.
But I do that up. I do a lot of things. I don't know. My wife would know better what is the best.
I do soups. I got a mean mac and cheese, and I do.
It's the most expensive mac and cheese you'll ever see.
It is. And I will. I cook tacos like 5 times a week anyway.
So he spends about, what was it?
I'm judicious with the cheese.
Oh.
I'm like, what kind of cheese combos can we make here?
Is it got like 5 different cheeses?
Oh yeah, at least.
Some truffle.
What was that one time?
Well, because I'll buy a bunch of them and then I'll try them together. Like I'll cut a couple slices, I'll put them together, and I'll try it. I'm like, all right, that's a good. Okay, we can try that. And
so you're like do all that making your own cheese combos.
Yeah. I think wasn't it like you came to my house that one time and it was like $120.
Yeah.
The tray of mac and cheese. But I mean,
it was a lot. I made a lot of it.
The tray of mac and cheese cost $120 to make.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
Yeah, but it was so good.
But it was banging.
That's a fancy mac and cheese.
It is.
It's like you either do that or you do the box, and they're both amazing.
Yeah. One's $5 and the other is $120. Please tell me you wore like a tux while you ate that mac and cheese.
One of those tux t-shirts.
I wore nothing but one of those little bibs you get at a crab place.
Lilith,
I look like Baby New Year with a crab bib.
Lilith, are you the chef in your household?
I am. Yes.
What's your
specialty?
Your go-to specialty?
Right now, my go-to would be rosemary chicken. Rosemary chicken breast. Very good, very healthy, very delicious. My favorite right now is filet mignon with you start searing it, right? Get a nice little sear on it. Turn it over, and you coat the pan. You don't put like a lot of oil in, otherwise you're getting fucking oil flying everywhere, and then you're cleaning up your cauliflower mess. There's oil on the ceiling. So you cook it at a low heat, and then once you feel like it's the sear that you want, you throw. Let me back up. So you coat the pan with oil, avocado oil. So there's not a lot. Right. And then once you get the sear you want, you throw in like, 2 or 3 tablespoons of butter, some chopped up garlic, and some thyme, and you base it.
Nice little butter base.
Little base for like 3 minutes. Then you let it sit out of the pan for about 5. So good. So good.
Very nice.
Yeah, I could go for a good fillet. For sure.
Yeah. I don't get to cook in that way as much as I'd like to, because I'm mostly making like I got into like sous vide cooking just to meal prep for the week. So it's like I'll cook a whole bunch of chicken.
Yep.
And then all week
that's the rosemary chicken for me.
Yeah. So I'll have a bunch of that, and it's like, okay, chicken salads this couple of days, and chicken and pasta this day, and tacos this day, and
meal prepping is something that I wish I had gotten into sooner, because then it wouldn't feel like, I went through years of my life of like frantic, like I'm starving and there's nothing, so if you like twice a week, you meal prep, you cook a shit ton of protein. It'll last you for like 3 or 4 days, and then you do it again, and then you're not like,
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, it's the best. It's not the best when you have other mouths to feed and they start growing. Because then you have no freaking leftovers anymore.
That's true.
My son, man, he's gonna be 12 in a few months.
Oh yeah, that's a hungry fella.
He's like a trash disposal. It's everything.
He also, I gotta give it up to him. Like we've made like wings a couple times, or done ribs or something. His son will clean that. Like it's like
you've never seen anything.
It's like it looks like a crime scene investigation. Bleached, clean bones.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
He gets it all.
Teenage boys have a bottomless pit. I remember growing up because my brother is about 2 years older than me, and I actually get like my love for cooking from my mom. My mom's Italian, and she's like her parents and whole family are Italian, so like cooking in my family is like a sacred experience. And so, but I remember growing up, if I didn't make it to the kitchen for dinner before he did, I didn't eat.
Shot.
Done.
No shot.
So but because, my mom was Italian, there was, lots
always copious amounts of food.
Always
copious, I grew up with two brothers, so there was never food. And and my mom was not. My mom can cook a few things, but my mom was like she owned a hair salon, and my dad was working and stuff. So it was a lot of like boxes of bagel bites that we were doing, and like figuring out how to do stuff, or it would be like pork chops, and there would be like 20 of them. And then my brothers would come in, and it'd be like everybody grab 3. No sides.
Just a bunch of chops.
3 shake and bake chops.
Meat.
Wow.
Yeah. I just noticed, like, I'm looking at this, like, we look pink because we have this. I'm like, am I burnt? What is happening?
Well, it's probably because of I've got kind of a purple background.
Yeah, we've got this light here. That's a little better.
Well, I'm going to get to question number 3. We're still in the food realm.
The last one of the food realm.
Yeah, but last one of the food realm. True or false? Cereal is a soup. I think we broke her brain.
Oh my god, I've never thought of that, because it can be, because there's cold soups.
Sure.
I mean
they're not good, but
they're unpleasant. They're unpleasant.
They are unpleasant.
But it is still cold soup.
I've accidentally ordered cold soup before.
My apologies.
That's the worst.
I know. I'm so sorry to myself.
Did you?
Cold soups can't be reheated up either. Like they can't be. It doesn't work.
No, they get like
turn to the waiter and go, "Excuse me, can you just throw this in and just nuke this for a couple of minutes?
Could you go and heat this up?" Yes, cereal's a soup.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we hold no allegiance to either, but
we've heard great arguments for both.
Well, okay. Because that question is kind of along the same lines of like, is like if you have a burger, but you don't really call that a sandwich.
Or is a hot dog a sandwich?
Like, right.
Or is a hot dog a taco? Is a hot dog a taco?
Or like if you take 2 pieces of pizza and you put them together.
Right.
That's 2 pieces of bread. Is that a sandwich? Now, if there's beef in there, is it a burger?
Is a calzone?
No, it's a sandwich. I think a burger is a sandwich, because if you go to like restaurants and you look at the menu, sandwiches and burgers usually go in the same area of the menu.
They say, don't they typically say sandwiches and burgers?
They do.
Yes.
They do separate them.
Well, are they
don't
technically
separate them.
saying sandwiches?
They separate whoever designed that menu was like, well, the title of this is clearly burgers are different, right? But so is panini, and a panini is a sandwich.
Sure.
But you see those different on a menu too. Is a burger? Is a panini a burger?
So like, okay, so then what's like the umbrella? Like, okay, what would be the king category name to represent all breads that come together and have things in the middle of them?
I think it's sandwich.
I think sandwich probably.
Okay.
And then you can have subcategories.
But then it's like if the bread attaches on one side, then it's taco.
So what's missing is the name for, watery base with thing in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you've got cereal and you've got soup. What's the?
I think soup is the
umbrella.
I think soup is the genus and species.
Okay.
I think that you then have like underneath soup you have your like gazpacho or chili or stew or cereal. Chowder or cereal.
Yeah, so cereal is a soup.
Yeah. I like that.
We've dissected this. Yeah. I think that's officially the answer now.
Oh, for sure.
I think that's the official answer. All right, question number 4. Now we're going to get a little creative. We're going to get your creative side here.
Okay.
So, what is the creepiest thing you could say to somebody that you just met?
What's the creepiest thing you can say to somebody you just met?
And before you answer too, I want to preface this.
Yeah.
Like there is no line.
Yeah, there's no line.
There's no line.
Yeah.
There's no line.
I feel like a lot of people were like, they've answered this question.
What can I say?
Like, well, something about them sleeping.
Right.
That's don't worry about. Like,
well, yeah. I will say that like, and I know for a fact that or I assume, I won't say I know, but I assume that as a woman, you have heard creepier things than we have ever. So sometimes we'll get an answer and I'm like, I know you've heard something worse than that in your regular day-to-day life.
Right.
So like just meet somebody. It could be something sleeping. You smell different awake.
Yeah, you smell different when you're awake.
Yeah. Like, oh, you wear that on the outside too? Like what? What does that mean?
I'm really trying to think about this one. I mean, the creepiest thing that's ever been said to me is just kind of surface level misogyny.
Sit on a popsicle.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, how fucking funny is that shit? It's just so.
But it exists.
I read that and I was like, it is the year of our Lord 2025.
Oh, it is so antiquated thinking. I know. And it's like it's not the image itself that's insulting. It's like the fundamental refusal to acknowledge like the songs and shit that I had been turning in and like talking about reaching listeners on a much more deeper and meaningful level. And it was like, yeah, cute. What would really be great?
Yeah. Well, it's funny.
Can you reach people in a bikini?
I started laughing. And then he was like, I thought it was a joke. I thought for sure. I was like, oh my God, he made it funny.
Why wouldn't you think it was a joke? Yeah.
And then I started laughing and he was like, oh, you don't like it? I was like, oh, you're fucking dead serious. He's like, it's genius. It's genius. No one's ever done that before.
Really breaking new ground there.
Oh my God. Actually, it's funny. Like that story reminded me of like we had gone to a podcasting conference and we went to one of those like mentorship things. And he had like a couple of really good pieces of information that we thought that really made us think and stuff like that. Yeah. And then by the very end, he's like, you know what you really need? You need to really just book hot chicks. Just hot chicks all the time.
I was like, we're a podcast.
I was like, what? Yeah. Like if they done some kind of like risque movie or something like that, yeah, get them on. And we were like, that's you did no research. Yeah. You did no research about this show.
Oh, fuck, dude. I mean, that's that's part of the problem too, is like women get rewarded for, doing something someone has suggested will further their career, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And like you get that acknowledgement, you get that praise, you get that like reward for doing something that you might not necessarily deem part of your, integral makeup. And so like hearing that is someone, I don't know.
I feel like it's somebody just completely out of touch.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
I think when you don't have any real ideas, but you're trying to assert that you're in a position where you have the ideas
of authority,
you just kind of like mine the bottom of the barrel and you just grab whatever you're like, you need a hot chick, like
yeah.
You just try and like reach for things because you're trying to like say, look, I have ideas. And it's also people that don't have any idea what you're actually about.
Right.
And they're just like, well, this is a thing I know exists, so I'll just say it.
Right.
Well,
because if I don't say anything, they'll find out how dumb I am. And it's like, no, you said something and you made me think even worse.
Right. But it's a thing that's like, it's, it has historically worked, right?
Right.
It's something that like, you guys are musicians, so you know this.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've been in a meeting with a label and they suggest that I do something that some other female artist is already doing.
Right.
Write a song like this, make music like this, sing like this, change your voice to sound like this. Where like they have literally pulled out like specific women and said, copy this, do this.
Right.
Because the foresight or the imagination, the creativity, the ability to make your own thing is something that a lot of record label execs lack. They don't like
artists don't run the industry. We were just talking about that before. With we had our guest that we had before is also a musician, also a female artist. Just put out a record, and we were talking about that, and it was like, yeah, artists don't run the industry anymore. It's somebody with a business degree or a marketing degree, and that marketing degree, they didn't study music; they studied all other forms of marketing, and one of the first things, like I took marketing classes too, and you are taught that like, oh, sex sells, and this sells, and that sells, and it's like, okay, all right. Isn't there a better way to sell it? Yeah. Isn't there a more creative way to sell it? Like, I have no problem with the idea that sex sells. Like, sure, cool,
sure.
Great. Can we figure out a different way to sell it, or the person that you're selling? Can you find out about them and figure out if that's how they want to sell it?
Does that fall into their ideals?
Is that
but they don't.
They think.
They don't care. I mean, the fucking industry doesn't give a shit about nurturing and exploring the depths of artists. They don't care about their well-being. They don't care about if something is not going to make them feel great about themselves. It's just about making money.
Yeah.
I think
as quickly as possible too. It's like, let's make money quick, because now things don't last. And so when you're no longer the thing, I can move on to the next thing. And we made as much off of you as we could quickly.
Right.
Well, I feel like the other thing too, and you've said this to me for years now, like they're throwing something at you that somebody is doing currently.
Right.
Which means it's
3 years
done.
too late.
It's too late. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean that was part of the problem with my previous relationship with a label was that I'm writing and recording created from filth and dust, and at the same time I'm being told you should sound like Billie Eilish and you should write
right
her type of music, and I'm thinking, by the time, let's say I was like, okay, fuck it. Let's just throw away Anarchy, throw away King, throw it away. And I'll start writing songs like this, which is like, don't get me wrong. I love pop music. They're like, Billie is fucking incredible.
She's awesome at it. Yeah.
Amazing. But that's who she is as an
genuine
artist.
Yeah.
It's very genuine. And so, imagine I throw out, 2.5 years of writing and recording, and I start to make a Billie Eilish record. By the time that's finished, mixed, mastered, packaged, photos, videos, the whole deal.
How long is that?
Yeah.
Right.
It sounds like an old Billie Eilish record.
Right.
Because Billie's onto something new and has changed that part of the game again.
Exactly. It's
or
about
somebody else did. Yeah.
Right. It's, for me as an artist, I've always been driven by how much can I push myself outside of what I've already done? How can I evolve? How can I not, stay true to who I am as an artist and a songwriter and all of that, but like how can I, develop it? How can it grow? How can it be that, but also be more? And so, yeah, I mean, the idea of copying somebody else is like, well, I don't want to fucking do this then.
Yeah. Well, and the public doesn't want that either.
No.
Like, that's the weirdest thing to me is that.
Well, they can see through bullshit.
Well, yeah. And that's the quickest thing to tank a musician is for someone to realize that they're fake. Because people can tell when you listen to music, you can tell genuine versus somebody trying to. I like to think of it like tester fragrances.
Oh, right.
Like when you go to like Kohl's and you're like, if you like this expensive fragrance, you'll love this cheap ass version, right? And it's like labels are like, yeah, we want the people that want the cheap ass version, and it's like, yeah, but why? Why do you want that? Because those people are also gravitating towards things that are genuine. And sure, they might pick this up too if they like a song or they like a beat, or maybe you can throw it on something as like a soundtrack, but they're not going to stick with it. And don't you want things that are going to stick? Like
longevity?
If you're putting money into me, don't you want other people to want to stick with me? Like, what? I don't understand. Like, it's like Fight Club, single serving friends, single serving life, single serving artist, Right.
Yeah. It's very like fast food mentality now. It feels like, the cream definitely rises to the top, but the industry is so saturated now. And that's, largely due to the fact that we have the internet and more people can get their music out there and all of that, which is great. But, on the mainstream, big conglomerate, large record label side, it's like they're just trying to, it's quantity over quality.
Churn it out.
It's like
see what sticks.
Back in like the late 90s, it was like there was a shift between like labels signing people that somebody saw and really liked and really believed in and brought to the table, and instead like with the advent of like the back in the 360 deal days and all that kind of stuff, it was like, who's already selling 10,000 downloads, who's already got these numbers, who's already got this, that we can say, oh well, we can bring you to 100,000 and then ship you out, but you did all the work and we don't need to do anything. So they get rid of the people that are like the old A&R rep that would be like your kind of champion. That would be like, I love this band. I want this band to be successful. I'm going to get a job at a label so that I can do that.
Yeah.
You don't really have that anymore, unfortunately.
No, you don't. And I did, I was fortunate enough to, come in at a time where that still existed. My first A&R was Alison Hagendorf.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was her first signing, actually. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, which is really cool. And we've remained very close throughout the years. And So my first band, Automatic Love Letter, I had her, it was at Epic Records. I had her for almost, 4.5 years of just championing the shit out of me. And,
That's awesome.
Yeah, she was a real one. She is a real one. Love her.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's a lost art.
It is.
I guess the hope is because everything is cyclical that we'll get back to a point like that. Rock kind of went back underground anyway, which I'm kind of happy about because if it goes underground, that means it's gonna bubble up,
Mhm.
But it kind of should be a little underground anyway. It should be a little dangerous, I think. It's just me, but like I think it shouldn't fit everywhere.
Right.
I don't want to hear my favorite band when I'm at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I'm picking out my almond milk and then hearing my favorite song. I'm like, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like it's there's like kind of a rite of passage to it. And there's like also rock music, people are saying what they want to say, they're and again, this isn't across the board. Not everything is black and white, but I feel like in rock music, the message is not a message that is being pushed in the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
There's an inherent like message I feel that like when you listen to rock radio or rock songs or whatever, it's very free thinking. It's very think for yourself. It's very like empowering. It's real. It's dark. It's scary. It's so like thought provoking and all of that. And I just find that to be something that isn't very prevalent in not all mainstream music, but a large part
of it.
Yeah.
All right, well, we didn't get the creepy question, but that's okay.
Wait, no, let's answer it. The creepiest thing I could think of to say to a stranger would be, I want to wear your face.
That's a good one. That works.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Hell yeah.
You gotta find creative ways to say it to you. Like, I want to put your face on my face. Not like the front of your face.
All of it.
The back of it.
I want it to stick.
I want it to
my face.
I want to have your face.
You've seen the movie.
I'm going to have your face. That's even worse.
I'm going to have your face. That's it. I'm going to have your face.
Wow. That's a good one. I really like that.
I like your face. I'm going to have your face.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
I'm going to have your face shirts available now on bakingsmypodcast.com.
Makes my shoulders go up.
Oh my God.
Wow. All right. Question number 5.
Okay.
What is one thing you thought you'd never do that you now love? And what's something that you thought you'd love that you'll never do again?
Okay. Whoa. All right. So.
Yeah, we really go from one to the other in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something that I what was the first one?
Something that you thought you'd love that thought you wouldn't love, but
something you thought you would never ever do, but now you love it.
We'll start with that one. Okay. When I was a kid, and my mom used to drag us to like, Pier 1 Imports.
Oh yeah.
Or Target. It felt like I was being locked in a sauna for like days with no food and water. Nothing to read or look at. I mean, it was fucking torture. I was, oh God, just like the worst thing I could possibly think of. Now, as an adult who's, loving fixing up their home and decorating and all of that, nothing makes me happier or more excited than when I fucking walk into like Home Goods. When I walk into Home Goods, I quite literally squeal. I clap. It is the most exciting fucking thing. Never thought I would like doing it. But yeah, Hobby Lobby. Have you been to Hobby Lobby?
I have some awesome canvases hanging around here that I got at Hobby Lobby because they have some pretty banging stuff there.
That is an adult's fucking Disneyland. They have everything.
Yeah.
Everything you could ever want.
Yeah.
I got into making my own jewelry for a little while, and Hobby Lobby was one of the places I would frequent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. What kind of jewelry were you making?
I was making bracelets, necklaces, wallet chains back in the wallet chain days, like all that stuff. That's
awesome.
All over it, yeah.
I love that. I have a jewelry company, so I'm actually.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So,
what's your jewelry company?
It's called Never Take It Off. Mm-hmm. I started it in 2011. I was about to head out on Vans Warped Tour, and I needed to think of. Well, this is twofold. One, I at the time, was experiencing fans, coming to the shows and then talking to them after at the merch table and hearing and listening to kids kind of like download things that they were struggling with, right? Things that were very dark, very heavy, very real. And, I was very young and kind of still figuring out life myself and going through my own shit. Sorry, I just got a call. And then you guys disappeared. So, are you there?
Yep.
Oh, that's weird. You guys totally. There we go. Sorry. So, I wanted a kind of a response to that, a way that I could give something to these people that are like giving me razors and talking about drug problems and disorders and all of this stuff. And I'm like, how do I help? I so desperately wanted to help people. So I came up with the first title track, or the first song on the record that I was going to promote was called Never Take It Off. So I came up with the idea. It started off with just bracelets that you tie on in like 3 knots. And you never take them off. And the concept was like each bracelet had a vow or a promise that you could make for yourself, and then you tie it on, and it's there as a reminder of that promise or vow to yourself.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's awesome.
I like that.
Thank you. So, so it started with that, and it's actually over the last 14 years has grown into a company, and we have many artists actually that we make jewelry lines for, Chris Cerulli of Motionless in White, and Andy Biersack and Ash Costello of New Year's Day, so on and so forth. And so we design and make jewelry lines based around their message to their fans and like how they want to kind of help them.
That's so cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. So anyways, when you said you made jewelry, I was like, tell me more.
Yeah, I was just like
a while ago then.
I was just like, I don't like anything that I can buy. And I want things to look a certain way, and no one's making what I want to wear. I'm going to make it.
I love it.
So I'm going to do that.
Awesome.
So
that's cool. Fuck yeah.
I was never really very good at it. All my stuff, none of my stuff lasted long. I was good at making stuff that looked cool but seemed to be very fragile for viewing. Yeah.
It happens. That definitely happens.
I'm a bit aggressive with my movements.
Right.
So I'd wear things on stage and
stage jewelry or something.
Yeah, I had to stop wearing any sort of jewelry on stage because I would if I like these earrings, I've tried wearing these earrings on stage before. Every single show I'd look over and be like, oh, there's my earring. Sitting on the ground. Now I look like an idiot with like a pirate lady with one.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So what is the one thing that you thought you'd love
that you'll
And
never
do again.
That I'll never do again. Oh man. There's so many things that I'll never do again that I thought I'd love. There's a list for sure. Okay. Let's start with the ocean.
Okay.
I grew up I was born in California. My dad was a surfer. His brothers were surfers. Grew up in the fucking ocean. Then we moved here to Florida, where I continued living in the ocean. I have now wizened in my age to the inhabitants of said ocean.
Yep.
And just how did I not die? How am I alive? I have been in the ocean thousands of times. I will never go in the ocean again.
The ocean's terrifying.
Horrifying. Don't go in the ocean.
Terrifying.
I love vacationing near an ocean, but
look at
like, yeah, but like after an hour, I'm like sand. It sucks. I'm not gonna go swimming in there. It's cold.
I love being underwater. I love being underwater.
Sure.
Go in a pool.
Yeah.
Go in your bath.
Lakes, pool, that, yeah. I don't even mind. Like, I can handle being underwater in the ocean for a period of time if it's in a controlled environment, in a safe place. And they're like, hey, you're going to see some colorful fish. I'm like, cool, let me snorkel and look at them. Right? But, like, just, like, head above water, feet dangling in the ocean, just, like, hanging out.
Swing with the jaws.
Nope.
We used to take boats out like fucking 40 miles off the coast and then just jump in the water.
Yeah. I don't even want to be there. Yeah. I don't want to be there on a boat. I don't want to be that far out on a boat.
Do you know how many times I've like run off of a dock in the middle of the night, just fucking in the night? Well, it's so I just I don't, and the forest, like stay out of the forest.
Oh, that's another place. Yeah.
Nothing good happens in the forest.
Yeah.
Although I do want to look for
camping.
Sasquatch. Or go squatching.
Yeah, go squatching. Go for it. I've been in the woods.
Could be fun.
I've been in the woods. Nope.
I've been there.
Yeah. I've also just listened to way too many like true crime stories and like weird shit that's happened in the I don't know.
Nothing awesome happens in the middle of the woods.
No.
Nothing.
Never. Horrible. Your face gets taken. Somebody wears your face.
Somebody wears your face. Yeah. Someone puts your face.
The back of your face.
The back of your face. It's on the front of their face.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. I mean, there's other things that I thought I would enjoy doing that I'll never do again. Actually, one of them was for Popsicle, I shot 5 different like visuals for it. Mm-hmm. And one of them was this like banshee Methuselah demon hell mouth creature. And we had to do prosthetics for it. And on top of the prosthetics, we were like, oh, let's make some like black dye guck that I can put in my mouth and have it like drip out of my mouth and drill it. Yeah. And it looked fucking awesome. But later that night, taking off the prosthetics was a horrifying. It ripped my face off my face.
Oh no.
And the black dye. So what we had done is we took black dye and we mixed it with honey and almond milk to make kind of like a more thicker, substance that wouldn't. Yeah, that would
somewhat tasty thing that'll stain your teeth.
Yeah, but not just stain your teeth. It seeped into my fucking pores and stained from like here down.
Oh no, you had a beard? You had a Lego beard?
For about a week, I had a Lego beard.
Oh my gosh.
On.
Oh no.
Full on. I had to go to a facialist to like help get it out. Like it wouldn't get out of my pores. It stained the inside of my pores. So never I thought again. I was gonna love it. Never again. Never
That's
do that.
So
again.
Awful.
We should have Andy do it.
That's so awful.
We should have Andy do it.
Oh no, Lego beard. It's the worst. You look like a G.I. Joe.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Question number 6.
Okay.
if you could choose any animal as a battle companion, what animal would you choose?
I mean, of course, immediately my mind goes to a fucking battle unicorn, which is a rhinoceros.
Yes.
That was my
Right?
pick.
Yeah. You
pick
picked
the
the rhino.
Yeah. Rhinoceros.
I like those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
those are like nothing can take down a rhino.
No. But like, what if you had to get away really fast? Like the rhino's not going to be like, no, you can't get on me.
Yeah, those are pretty docile.
Yeah,
I mean, unless
they
they're
are.
Fast though, right? Aren't they fast?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I do want anybody who's listening, take the time, go to Stranger Hood TV,
please.
go see the video version of this.
Go watch the video.
And Lilith demonstrates how a rhinoceros
waddling
waddles.
a waddling death unicorn.
Yeah.
But I do like the answer. I mean, it just if you take any kind of parameters off,
Right.
just be like, no, shoot him with adrenaline and make him just badass.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
run. Stop waddling.
We crossed a rhino with a leopard.
Well, that's just ridiculous. Come on now. You can't do that.
Hey,
The legs would be weird.
the legs would be weird.
It'd be cool looking though.
It would be cool.
It would.
I just think a spotted rhino would look pretty. I mean, I like leopard print anything. I picked those.
I like that. I like that. All right. Question number 7 is I mean, we've had some serious talks too.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get
This has been a
serious
really
again.
good one. I like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question number 7 is, what I want you to do is dig deep.
Okay.
And try and find young, unscathed by the outside world Lilith. And answer this. Question number 7. How do you feel about garden gnomes? There's some trepidation in her face.
Okay.
She's finding young.
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm trying to
untouched.
go back to my inner child.
Yes.
So when I think of garden gnomes, this is where I immediately go to because I am a dork. My favorite thing in the world growing up was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Still is. Still one of my favorites.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And there's an episode of Buffy where a garden gnome is used to plant like a camera to spy on Buffy.
Right.
Right.
Mm.
So when I see garden gnomes, I just think
There's a
Look at
camera in
the
there.
comment.
Spies.
there's a camera in that. There's a
Camera in
fucking
that.
spy. Yeah, you're watching me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I feel like somebody's looking at me when I see them. And
They
they also
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that they don't belong in any other season than Christmas. You know, it's just got
Okay.
like Christmas vibes.
Definitely has a Christmas vibe.
It does have a little bit of a Christmas vibe.
But now they do make the garden gnomes that are like they make the gremlins and they make the serial killer garden gnomes. So you can have like Jason Voorhees little gnome in your garden and stuff. I don't know if you've seen
Oh,
those, but
I haven't.
yeah.
I haven't dived into the variety of garden gnomes that exist now.
it's pretty sweet.
crazy. You haven't? That's weird.
You never had a camera you needed to install somewhere?
Yeah, we have cameras everywhere, and they are out in the open. They let you know that they're fucking.
We are
staring
watching
at
you.
We're actually getting because this is my other favorite thing in the world is fucking Facebook Marketplace. We
Mhm.
found, we found some gargoyles that we're gonna go get.
Sick.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I feel like we wanted to get them. My wife wants to get the lions,
okay,
like the stone lions that you
Yeah,
put
yeah.
at the front.
sure.
And I was like, that's cool. That's really cool. I think with my house it'd be a little out of place, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's do
No, yeah.
it. Let's just do it.
You build your house and your aesthetic around your stone creatures.
Yeah.
So gargoyle to me, like that, in comparison to a garden gnome, is like,
Well, is a gargoyle just like a goth gnome?
It depends on the size.
Purpose-wise,
Yeah, but there's so much more badass, and they're fucking heavy, and you can't lift them. Yeah, it's kind
there's
of
like a menacing.
I laugh
quality.
at your garden gnome. There's like having one is like making fun of everybody else in the neighborhood that might have a garden gnome. Like,
right, a gargoyle to a garden gnome is like an owl to a mouse.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
I will swoop down, take your camera, and find your house keys because they're underneath you.
Because they're underneath that one garden gnome. Yeah. Wow.
That's
okay.
Hilarious.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right. So these 7 questions have all led up to us getting to know you a little bit more and getting into like a fun conversation. But the whole idea is basically the idea of our show. Our show is called What's Your Bacon in 7 Questions. We like to look at the metaphor of bacon, right? Bacon improves every plate that it's on. It can be a topping, a side, or a main course. People put it on dessert. It's just one of those things that no matter what's going on, you get some bacon, it's better. So metaphorically in life, what is that thing for you? We like to ask people, what is that thing in your life? For people that are not musicians, a lot of times it's music. But for musicians, sometimes like where that's all encompassing. So we need something else to like get us out of it.
Right.
So it could be cooking, because we talked about that. It could be for some people it's travel. For some people it's reading, hiking, which we're not doing because we're not going in the woods. So
ever again.
So for you, Lilith, what's your bacon?
Okay. Well, the boring and obvious answer is, of course, my husband and Hobby Lobby. And my cats and my family, right? Our cats we've had for almost 14 years. So they are our children. Yeah.
Cool.
And they're the shining light of our lives. But beyond that, okay. So again, going back to touring. Fucking hectic. It's chaotic. It's messy. It's disorganized. Shit is everywhere at all times. I have recently discovered my love for organization. Like I love organizing a closet. I love going, like making sure our cabinets have like the baskets with the labels and the things in the right place. And, we have a closet back here in the hall that has like, organized like first aid kit stuff and, toiletry stuff and like just making everything feel very clean. And like, so when if I'm ever having like need a break or whatever, I fucking go and organize something.
I gotta tell you, there's something incredibly satisfying about that. And my wife, actually, just recently, we were at Michael's, and there was like this plastic or the vinyl boxes where it had like smaller, almost like large index card size, other boxes with colors in it.
Yeah,
and it was like, I think there must be like 24 in there or whatever, and Jen ran up to me because they do like FedEx pickup or whatever. So like I dropped something off and they send it out. So they were just walking around. She comes back and she goes, "This was $60, but it's on sale for $14. I'm going to get it." And I was like, "Cool. What are you going to do with it?" She's like, "I don't know, but it's organizing and it's really satisfying.
Yes.
I'm going to get this." And I was like, "Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's great. Have you been to the Container Store?
Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's stupid expensive, but it's incredibly
It is an
useful.
OCD's like wet dream.
Right.
Now, I got to tell you, as somebody who has kids,
yes,
when you spend a ton of time organizing, like we have a nice toiletry closet in the bathroom. When you have children, all that goes to shit.
You sure?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So I love organizing, but like
it's
my
also
son's
like
older, my daughter's older, and now it's like, fuck it. It just goes in the bin.
I need to get better at it because my life is chaos.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that I find about it that is so relaxing, is that it makes me feel like when up here is like like a clean space and organized. It feels like it kind of lets the dust settle a bit, and I don't know. There's something about the pathology behind that.
Now, in a tour setting, how do you? Because I like, for him, he's the bag master.
Okay.
Oh yeah, backpacks and bags.
He's got bags and backpacks, and it has, and within those bags they have those little organizer things, bag and stuff like that. And when we first started this show, like almost 5 years ago, I was kind of like, I don't get it, but I appreciate it. And then
I showed him bags.
Then he showed me stuff, and I was like, oh, I totally get it. So like I feel that, like I have my specific bags for specific things. Like, what is your travel tour go-to organizational thing?
Okay, so I take it to the next level. I photograph every outfit. Like, I will put together looks and I'll take pictures of them, and every single outfit has its own little bag. That way,
like a travel cube.
That's
like
so
a travel
convenient.
cube. That way, when I'm on the road, I don't have to like go, what am I going to wear tonight? I can just look through the pictures and go, oh, that one. And then I can go through my little bags that are
that's so smart.
that are vacuum sealed.
Of course.
Well, yeah. You got to save space here. We don't need air in that.
Yeah. And it's the same thing goes for, like, I have a bag that has like all of my vitamins, and it's all to the day. Like, if I'm going on a tour for 3 weeks, let's say, I have my 3 weeks of, vitamin C and my 3 weeks of multi, and that's all very organized. And like, even my bathroom bag is, all travel sized of the shampoo and conditioner and the skincare that I use. Like, I get small, tiny little and I label each and every single one. And I have like a vocal bag that's like, a tea bag for every night that I'm going to be there, and the amount of honey that I need, and the amount of sprays. And I'm very, very methodical when it comes to
and do you do extras in case?
Yes, there's always extras just in case.
You got the backup bag.
Yeah,
you gotta have the backup bag.
Yeah, you always throw like 5 extra. You always go like, and then 5.
Yeah,
and then
it's improving your life's user experience.
Yeah, I'm working on
to use the parlance of our times.
I'm working on consolidation. I'm working. This guy's got consolidation down. I don't.
I lived in a van for 8 years, so
there you go. I am not good at consolidate. I do go overboard in like the clothing and like makeup department.
Yeah,
I always find
like that out. I have too much.
Yeah, but what's funny is, like, when I go on a trip, I bring way too much than I know I need. But like when I'm home, I wear the same thing almost every day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
What happens in our brains that you go, but what if?
Right.
But what if?
Yeah.
Well, because you're already
going to be
out of
gone
water.
for 3 days. I need 3 pairs of shoes.
Yes. Because what if what if you change all of a sudden? Your genetic, like everything that makes you, what if it just changes all of a sudden, and you're not just going to wear that t-shirt and jeans with the, slip-ons that you always wear every day.
and grabbing something while you're there can't happen. That's
because it's expensive. I mean, we all know that. If you're at a resort,
don't exist. Stores don't exist.
You're always going to the middle of the woods.
Right.
Yeah.
When I get there, everything's going to be shut down.
There's a good chance that you're stopping at a Walmart somewhere.
Every night. almost.
Right. Right.
Because they let you sleep at those.
Right. Exactly.
And then you go, well, I should go in and pick up some stuff in case I don't see a Walmart again for 4 weeks.
So I'm not out of my tea yet, but I should pick up a whole other one.
Yep.
Oh, wait, it's on sale.
And
it's not going to be on sale ever again.
Right.
Yeah.
I should
and
buy
also,
3 boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zombie apocalypse could happen tomorrow. And these now I can trade these for currency.
I'm so glad I'm not the only neurotic one here.
Oh, no.
We're
all musicians.
Oh,
I feel so much better.
yeah. That's also like bled into decorating. So I keep bringing up the house because my husband and I just moved into a new house about a month ago. It's our first.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. And we are again, going back to, my entire adult life and part of my teenage years was spent traveling and never living in one place for too long. It was like every apartment we ever lived in was just like, oh, well, we'll just be here for, a year or two and then we'll figure it out from there. And so we never really got into like the create of making buying, cool vintage pieces and like really getting into making it the way that we want it to look. So now that yours. Right. And so because of that, that's another one of my my bacon would be I love, so when I again for photo shoots and music videos and all that, I put together storyboards and I make inspiration boards and I put together mood boards and the whole entire thing to see it visually. I'm kind of using that same ideology when it comes to decorating our house. So I'll make collages and stuff of different patterns and colors and this is if our bed looks like this, would this go with this? And if we got this kind of a lampshade. And so that's another thing that I'm really enjoying doing lately is
nice. That's cool.
Yeah, making the space.
I'm approaching that because me and my girl are looking for a house now. So
cool.
We're in the process of all that.
See, I'm more of the utility guy, and Jen is more of the decor and finish.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just it's like she'll ask me what's your opinion on this or this or this, and I was like, I wear black jeans and a band t-shirt every day.
Right.
I know exactly this conversation.
Yeah. And it's I think it's good, but look at me and tell me, do you want me to decorate your house? No, probably not.
What's funny is me and Annie are the reverse of that.
Oh yeah.
Where she's like, I wear black jeans and a band t-shirt every day.
Right.
And I'm like, what if we do this? What if we do this?
Yeah. So I she'll always ask me for input and I'll always go, great. She's like, are you just saying that? And I was like, I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you testing me? Okay, cool.
But I want you to
like
really
my
look.
Style? Right. So, but she picks things out. I execute. That's how it works. Right.
Yeah.
The quicker you guys lean into your roles with that,
your strong suit.
The easiest. Actually, this past year, we're in this house for 10 years.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow. Oh, amazing.
So yeah, again, choose your battles.
Great advice.
Know your role. That's the best advice I could give to new homeowners.
Yeah. Okay, great. I like it.
So, Lilith, we could probably hang out with you for another 7 hours or so.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. I love chatting with you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. This has been sweet.
The door is always open for you.
Yes.
But before we head out, let everybody know what's going on. What are you doing?
Plug.
Where? Yes.
Now the boring stuff. Now the shit we don't care about. No, there's music on the way. A new song came out a couple weeks ago called Popsicle. I have spent, thank you. I've spent months and months putting together, for this rollout. I was like, I want to do something different. I'm releasing it independently. So why just throw out all the rules and do whatever you want. So I actually created and shot 5 different, music video visualizers to go along with the release, you know, as you guys know, when a music comes out, the work begins. Yes. And so I wanted to think of a creative way to be able to consistently shove the song in people's faces without giving them the same visual over and over again, you know. So I created a bunch of awesome visuals around that. And so that those are still being rolled out. Actually, this morning I posted the third visualizer for Popsicle. So please go and check it out. Social media is Lilith Czar, LilithCzar, and I am on all streamers across the board, same name. And yeah, I have dropping another song this summer and then another one after that. And I don't think what else. That's what's going on. Just writing, recording, releasing.
They can follow you and find out when new things are coming out as well.
Yeah, yes. Please hit the subscribe button in your bottom.
Smash the bell.
Smash the bell. All the things.
All the things that us as musicians we signed up for when we first started doing this. We were we want to.
Did we sign up for it though? I mean, back in the day back in my day.
Right, dude. We have those conversations constantly.
I feel like I write good songs. Cool. Can you do t-shirt design and web design? And can you do marketing?
Can you be your own marketer? Yeah, and your own social media manager.
I'm going to do videos
where you do social media
1 minute dances.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was another thing I had to fight. The amount of times I was asked to put together a dance to one of my songs and then film myself dancing. I was like, I kill me. I'm sorry.
Andy to do that. You do it. You do it first.
Okay. So he doesn't. I don't think he listens. But the singer in our band.
Yes.
Okay.
We're in so many bands.
Yeah. The singer in our band. What we need to do is we need to say, "Hey, we heard that if you create
a good idea.
If you create a dance to a song, it'll blow up."
Yeah.
We should, because he's like in charge of the social media stuff. I think we need to do that.
Yeah, but then he's going to be like, all right, guys, I have the idea for the dance. Are you guys ready for me to film you so that I can put it up? That's what's going to happen.
Well, that's why we push it back. We just push back.
You know what, dude? Then I'm going to be the asshole in the back that's like,
what you do is you just say, can you film yourself doing it so we can reference it and practice it. And then behind his back, you just upload it to TikTok.
See? Yeah. She's got the point. See?
Yeah.
We got it. Perfect. Lilith, thank you. Thank you for that idea.
Yes.
And thank you for hanging out with
us. The conniving queen. Yes, of course. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah. We really appreciate it.
I could talk to you guys forever. You're awesome.
Oh, and you're always welcome back. And everybody that's listening and everybody that's watching, thank you guys so much for giving us your time today. Thank you for giving Lilith your time today. Make sure and go check her out. Check out all of her music. Check out we'll put all the links and stuff and we'll put it below. So you'll be able to find it all
in the description.
So please go check that stuff out. But also remember every single day, just for yourself, for your own heads, when you get up and you're ready to face the day, just ask yourself one question. Think about that thing for you. What is that thing for you that is your home decor? What is that thing for you that is organization? What is that thing for you, your little topping side or main course of your life that makes your day a little bit better? And focus on it a little bit. So remember to ask yourself every single day.
Lilith, do you remember what the question is?
Oh, what is your bacon?
Yes.
Goddamn right.
Hey.
Awesome.